All right. Yeah. This is working. I have no idea. Audio, man. I'm in my easy chair, sitting here. Just the cat is about to come into. There she is. God, Biscuit. How you doing? How you doing, Biscuit? I wanted to talk to about about because I'm talking to nobody. I'm talking to my cat. The fireplace. I want to talk about victory, fascism, and beekeepers. Those are the I think the three things. I'll get organized one day and have notes, or maybe I'll pre-write up stuff. But for now, this is just how it goes. Okay. Victory. We've seen the amazing. Everybody's. I've been watching some of the media. There's so much beautiful independent media right now. Right, you can get all the stories that you want. We Elon took over Twitter and got the toehold of free speech, and then we fucking were able to tell the truth in an election and got the mandate. And so fucking beautiful, dude. It is so fucking beautiful. And we're at this point where now we can do things, right? Some people out there are freaking out. And if words and historical actions weren't proven already, maybe I'd be freaking out. Half the country's is been brainwashed for 8 years, being told he's a Nazi, right? He's Hitler, he's all these things, and it's horrible. It's horrible. It's just horrible. And when I go out there and I look at the world, like which side is more congenial, which side is less violent? Show me all of the MAGA hat wearing people beating people in the street. Show me the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. Like we can point to the website that has hundreds and hundreds of Trump supporters being assaulted, right? Over the same time. It's one side says tolerance, and they're not, but it's not their fault, right? The left and the right paradigm is really kind of screwy right now. It's sort of fluid, ain't it? It's very fluid, Biscuit. And there is this clear victory, right? Enough people hopefully saw through the bullshit. Enough people out there saw through left and right. Do you get me? They saw this is some kind of fucking revolution. There's a bloodless revolution going on, and the only violence were some Antifa people and Ray Epps outside of January 6th. There was like 1.5 million peaceful people there. Maybe 200 FBI and 20 agitators, and maybe half dozen, a dozen, maybe Americans that went patriots that went awry, right? All those, most everyone, like 95% J6s pardoned. Release those people now, man. Joe Biden. Oh my God, Joe Biden. Can you hear me, sir? Wouldn't that be your legacy secured, man? I'm getting emotional. The last thing before you head off the pasture, sir. All the bullshit that you did and everything you were involved with, and how we looked at you and I we tore you apart, man. We tore you apart. Why don't you pardon the J6ers? Most of them. Leave the ones that are obviously questionable. Leave those for Trump or for others. But on your way out, man, that Bible granny, come on, dude. So mo to be. So mo to be. Do that. That would be amazing. All right. Let's pass. So the mandate is there. The mandate is there. The people's work can be done. And what do I mean by that? What do I mean by that? That's where we kind of start to head off into the topic of fascism. But victory and fascism, these are two things that are, I think, connected. And oh shit, in America, I'm a bad Freemason, and I used to be a lefty when I was younger, and I'm more conservative now. But I like the middle of the road, like everyone. There's certain shit in the middle of the road that we should all agree on. And the people that are way on one side or the other of that opinion, no, man, we need to go way off into the weeds that way, or way off into the weeds that way. Their voices aren't as important as the middle of the road, because that's how we go, man. That's how we get down this path. So we get up into the stars. The road to the stars is down the middle of the road. And uh we've got this. mandate to do these things, right? And oh my God, we have so many fascisms here in America. From this unique perspective, from my lefty, from my righty, from my center, from my bad Freemason, we have so many fascisms going on here that would make our founders so not sick, dude, not sick. They would go beekeeper. They would go revolutionary, clean house, muskets up, balls out, kind of thing. But they're not here now, and we've moved forward, and we're more nuanced about a lot of things in the world, right? We're a lot more nuanced about war. Oh my God. So the four fascisms, is it four fascisms? Fuck, I don't know. Let's think about it. Let's start off with the one that's going to get me nailed from YouTube, the medical fascisms. And I'll delete it off YouTube later. Fuck YouTube. Medical fascisms, right? In this country, what? Back it up, Roswell. Back it up. What is fascism? Everybody's been misusing this term, right? They just want to connect it to Hitler, and then it's everything Hitler did. Fascism is gas chambers. Fascism is gulags. Fascism is just executing prisoners for no reason. No, fascism is rounding up a race group. No, you stupid, ignorant motherfuckers. I'm so sorry that everybody, like when they refer to my country as a democracy, go get fucked. You don't know what you're talking about. Okay, so fascism is when government and industry get together and fuck us. Okay, that's what fascism is. When government and industry get together to fuck us. So we have medical fascism, and then I want to talk about the next one is like we have military industrial fascism. Ike warned us. President Eisenhower, nobody really knew what he was talking about, but now do we all know what he's talking about? Endless wars, people in government directing policies, people in intel directing policies that lead us to endless wars. We're always spending our treasury that way. You know what I mean? Military industrial fascism, okay? Medical fascism, military industrial fascism. And then we go to big food fascism, okay? All the shit that we eat now that my grandparents never ate. Is any of it contributing to a bad health? Is any of it contributing to diabetes? Weight, all these fake sugars and things that our bodies just are not meant to process. We're not the dumping grounds for the chemistry set. The fluoride should get the fuck out of the water. We can deploy fluoride directly to our teeth in more direct ways. It doesn't need to go through the body. They don't do it in Europe. I'm not a big fan of shit from Europe, okay? Not necessarily. But when I look at Europe and they don't put fucking fluoride in the water, and they don't put fucking food dyes in their food, and they don't put fucking high fructose corn syrup, but we do, and we're all fat and sick and stupid. Fuck. Big food fascism. I'm calling it. Okay, the fourth fascism. When government and industry get together to fuck us is we're going to roll it all into like Intel kind of taps into the military industrial, the Intel, CIA, all that group. They kind of tap into this military industrial fascism. But guess what? There's a crossover in my head. They also tap into these big censorship tech fascism that's been going on here, right? Media fascism, Operation Mockingbird. Dude, I need more coffee. I'm just not jacked up enough right now. I got to keep these pipes fresh. I got to keep the pipes fresh. So we've got the censorship fascism, right? And in every instance, if we look at these fascisms, and I think there's another one, but I didn't write it down, and I'm not thinking of it right now. If we look at all of the real fascisms in this country, right, where industry and government got together to fuck us, if we go to the medical, what happened? How did that happen? It's the way that we choose the doctors and some of that process. But then a major change in my lifetime that I witnessed in real time was how many vaccines I got as a young man growing up and, graduating high school in 85 there. Fuck, I laid it out. And I don't care. I really don't care. So how many did I have to get versus my children in the aughts? I started a little late. In the aughts, how many did they have to get? And which one went immediately into the incubator after the NICU? Oh, Jesus. A lot. Why do you think that happened? Well, didn't government give the industry the immunity from prosecution on a class of their products, right? They sell boner pills. You die from a boner pill. Guess what? You could sue. You have remedy, right? They damaged you. You have remedy. If you have a heart pill, you take a heart pill. Boom, man, you get a stroke, but you're still alive. You're fucked up. You could sue. You could sue. I go to Walmart, and maybe I'm lucky enough for the lady in the back that'll give me the over the pants hand job by the blood pressure cuff machine. It's a joke. That's been. But if you go there and get a flu shot, and you keel, dude, it's highly unlikely, right? Because a lot of that stuff is very safe, in my opinion. However, we gave them immunity from prosecution. And what if I go back? I don't even need to know. I could just go back and show me pie charts of the history of their products and the ever increasing percentage of vaccines that they can sell. All of them. We're not talking about any particular vaccine. We're just in general the concept. And they're all immune. And so now what have I seen? I've seen an uptick on what's mandatory for the cattle, for the people, for the livestock, whose body is not our own, apparently. I had to get exceptions for my kids for certain ones at school. And, you could still kind of skirt it. But dude, we saw this last round. Nobody's body was their choice. The government full on came out and just said, fascism, take it. You want to keep your job? Fascism, take it. Oh, fuck. And then anybody who went through that experience and had a negative outcome is screwed. You're screwed. You are fascismed. You just got fascismed, bro. Okay? You just got fascismed. Please see this. Please see this. So when we go to the censorship, we kind of know it's Section 230. My man Trump is already talking about that. That is so fucking beautiful. He hit it first. Why? Because it's the First Amendment, man. And we got to keep going with that until the airwaves are free, until Operation Mockingbird is dead, until the weird division that they've been spewing out for 8 years, trying to blame the motherfucking revolutionary in chief, who's going to make these changes. It's beautiful to see Trump going after Section 230, and we need him, or let's have Robbie. Let's have that Democrat there, that hard Democrat. Let's have him go after the vaccine immunization, where they have prosecution immunization. Let's take away that law from the 90s, shall we? I watched Trump go after the Biden crime bill, Clinton Biden crime bill. He dismantled that. That was so beautiful. Oh my God. The shit Kamala was putting black men in jail for, pot in California. Dude, I smoked pot in Kamala's California. It was dangerous, It was dangerous. Anyway, it's all legal now. Colorado here. It's beautiful. That's beautiful too. So we need to take out the medical immunity piece for that fascism. That'll be a huge start. It's a start. But then we need to re-examine, man, a little bit. Why do I never get, why doesn't the doctors go into depth on diet? Just they talk a little bit. They give you some stuff. It's like an afterthought when it should be a bigger focus. There could be a lot of things. Let's not talk about ivermectin and curing cancers and shit. That would be crazy. Let's talk about other stuff. So then we've got the medical fascism. We have the big food fascism, where they're putting all of these things into our stuff. And I'm hopeful that we're going to start passing laws, or check this out. We may not even need to pass certain laws. We just put things on the banned list. But right now, before it becomes law, you could have early adopter companies come in and just, it's all, look, here was our old ingredient, here's our new one. Boom. And how quick could somebody change? I don't know. How quickly could McDonald's change its French fry recipe? Would that be a big disruption? Would it take some time to run through all that other stuff? Maybe they could just write it off, you know? I don't know. I got a feeling with ingenuity, the market would meet demand, and it would just be this. It's still shitty. It's French fries, right? It's like it's fried. It's going to clog your arteries. But you know what? We're doing it the old-fashioned way. You don't need the stuff that will never degrade and will accumulate in your body. Corporations could step up and start doing things immediately, and that would be beautiful. That would be beautiful. And then we want to talk about the military industrial fascism, right? I don't know. This is a hard one. This is a hard one in my head because there's historically need for some things to have been done. Okay. And like in wars, anybody that's, I don't know, the whole thing about you can do this in war, but you can't do that in war. And dude, in my head, blowing a motherfucker up with a gun or a bomb or a phosphorus or a nuclear, or I don't care, a laser, whatever, you're blowing a motherfucker up. And one is not more cruel than the other. Just the fact that you get to the place where I'm going to kill them, that's cruel. That is just cruel. That is, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe we don't have, it seems silly to put any kind of law, any kind of rule on how we're going to treat you. It go, after the war and prisoners. I get that Geneva Convention. Okay, a little, but still, at the same time, you're fucking going to war, and war is hell. And I just don't know what to say other than maybe instead of trying to have a bunch of rules that are stupid as fuck, haven't done anything to stop anything, and have us on the edge of another one, maybe we just treat war entirely differently and we start looking at it really, really differently. And one of the ways we do that is we just don't blow everything up every time. Hey, we don't provoke stuff. We don't send the CIA to do dirty tricks to try to flip the world so that we can control it. Maybe we don't need to be the world's policeman. Maybe we're just a country, a really fucking amazing country that does amazing stuff and has the most amazing government and a most amazing population that is full of people from around the world that are all here that really want to fight and work for the same thing, liberty and freedom and all the beauty that we've been taught, right? We don't need to hold on to the shame of slavery. That's so fucking stupid. I cannot believe in 2024 people were still talking about reparations and slavery and stuff and hating on white people. And I'm a white person, but I've lived my entire life under a Martin Luther King attitude, in the shadow of that great man, right? Because the sun is up there and it will just burn your ass, and it's unrelenting, right? And that's like racism, unrelenting. That's the way I look at it. Standing in his shadow is a good thing. It's not. It's like a tree, standing under a tree in a miserable day, man. It's the best thing in the world. So I've lived my life in his shadow my whole life. And I don't just look at somebody and go, oh, you're Asian. Oh, you're wearing a rainbow flag. Oh, you're black. Oh, you're this. Oh, you're not. Because that, you know who does that? Fucking racist, chicken necks, idiots, morons do that shit. I look at them and I may notice it, but it's not like a first thing. I'm looking at what kind of clothes they're wearing, or maybe how their hair is done, or if we're talking what they're saying. What they're saying. Who is this person? Beneath the skin. Who is this person, right? And if we all die in a fire now, are we going to be able to tell necessarily? You're burnt, man. We're all burnt. Burnt to a crisp. Maybe a forensic is going to tell, but you're not going to know that's a black man. That's a white man. We're all the same. We're all the same. So we got to get down to this, away from the identity politics that's in the schools. It's being taught in the schools. It's being taught on social media. That's how you look at other Americans. That's not how you look at other Americans. You look at them for who they really are. And maybe you take a hot minute and you get to know somebody. Strangers are strangers. You got to feel safe. You just don't run up to a stranger Haha, you're different than me. Let's, you know, there's ways you do it. There's ways you could do it, man. You pick your battles and your timing wisely. But Biscuit is so out. Look at her, man. Hi. Hi. So I don't know. Did I touch on all the fascisms and the things that we can do? You know, Operation Mockingbird dies. The media gets more normal like we used to. Man, my mom and dad were Republican and Democrat. They got divorced, but they didn't get divorced over politics. It was other shit. The lives were normal with politics. Right now, the weird shit about like any woman up there that's talking about poisoning, that's alluding to it or something, man, they get a visit. They get a visit from authority. They get a visit from the local authority. I'm not kidding. And if the local authority gets a hinky bit, man, they start searching the cupboards for tinctures and shit. You follow me? That's violent and that's crazy. Otherwise, everybody I see out there with the weird hair and they're 400 pounds and they're just, you know, or they're kind of attractive on the outside, but then they start talking and you just see their ugly insides. We Martin Luther King hate them for their insides. You know, we judge them and hate them for their insides. All of those women that are talking about not reproducing, your terms are acceptable because you shouldn't be making a second generation. You've just talked yourself into not having abortions. Yeah. Thank God, man. You're not going to get pregnant. You're not going to have abortions. Fuck. Hallelujah. I'm not super religious, but hallelujah, Biscuit. They're not going to be having unwanted pregnancies and abortions. They're going to be celibate. Maybe they're going to talk to people more. I don't know. This might be a good thing. Maybe these young ladies have just hoodwinked themselves into some kind of, you know, some kind of weird morality, reverse morality cycle. I don't know. But I find that fucking hilarious. That is super hilarious, dude. Your terms are acceptable, man. I'm not gonna have sex with me. Your terms are acceptable, ma'am. It's ma'am. I don't even know. Your terms are acceptable. And the mandate that he has. Oh, beekeepers, dude, beekeepers, right? So we have the mandate. All of this can get done if we want. Oh my God, the fifth tyranny. Oh, I forgot about the fifth tyranny. Biscuit, I forgot about the fifth tyranny. Banking and financial. Let's just say monetary tyranny. We don't even need to say banking. Monetary tyranny. Let's leave that real gray a bit. And that has to do with like the creature from Jekyll Island, with the way that the Federal Reserve was formed in secrecy. Go read the book, The Creature from Jekyll Island. And then from there, the IRS. Come on, man. Come on, man. There's other ways we can create revenues. There's other ways we could do business. There's other ways we can do things that are not going to punish the American, the average American, man. The way we used to live in the 50s, man, one person, the man, it's just the way it was. I'm not saying we want to go back to that. I mean, dude, a lady go to work and come home and I will fucking cook for you. I will clean a little bit, man. I will yodel in that gully, man. No, but it was one person. It was one person that earned the income, and then we had one parent that could stay with the children and help to nurture and be a guidance. Oh God, is there any way to get back to that? You know what I mean? Is there any way? And then when I see my man go in and talk about the taxes, getting rid of tax on tips, okay, that's the beachhead, man. That's a beachhead, just like Elon buying the free speech Twitter. That was a beachhead. I see this as a financial tyranny, financial fascisms, a beachhead. Because, well, we're going to do one. Why can't we? Let's do another one. Let's do another one. What else could we remove? What else? You know what I mean? Oh, it's a chink in the armor. It's that first live, fire. I don't know. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So he's already talked about no tax on overtime. Oh God, that's just keep moving, man. Keep moving. We got momentum. We only have 2 years. Maybe they're going to change something out. Maybe they're going to try to inflame something. I would hope. Who is they? When I say they, it's a lot of the people that are not elected. They're appointed and hired. They're the fifth column. They're stay-behinds who think they're being patriotic, and I don't know. And it's the fascisms part where a lot of those people, the companies that they've cycled in and out of. Dude, you're in this government position, and then you go to the FDA, and you go back into this government position, and you're voting on a law about food. Fuck you. That can't happen, right? That's horrible. We got a certain amount of time where we can get things done, and hopefully the people that are opposed to this, first of all, anybody that's opposed to this, if you should be asking yourself, why are you opposed to this? Okay? Why are you opposed to this? Because everybody else is in my circle, because I'm told by my boss to think this way. I'm told, I'm gonna my 401k will, the stocks I own will get hurt, and there's no good answer as to why you would not be okay with this. There's no good answer. So you need to maybe in your position there, whatever it is, whatever roadblock, whatever federal position, it may not be there for long because maybe it wasn't super necessary to begin with. But we're still going to have intelligence services. We're still going to have a need for some sort of domestic national policing, right? To be able to go between states and stuff, and so we're going to have these needs that will be filled, and I think it doesn't need to be completely destroying, but it might need to be rebuilding. It might need to be repurposing. It might need to be, you know what I mean? Why are we so inflexible on the idea that the FBI as it stands today is perfect and everything is amazing, and we don't need to think about that at all? The CIA, we don't need to think about changing anything. No. We go back and we look at the lies that have been told that have gotten us into the conflicts. Maybe we needed to be in the conflict. I don't fucking know, but you lied about the Gulf of Tonkin. So you lied about these other things. There's no trust anymore. There's no trust, I guess, in a lot of this. And I don't think there's a way to regain that. There's too many people on both sides that have seen the things, that were aware of the stuff. Fuck, they don't even want to release the Kennedy files. You get me? It would be too disastrous. Why would it be too disastrous? Why would it be too disastrous? Was it Pompeo that said that? Why would it be too disastrous? Why? Because we couldn't handle the shame? No, I think a lot of us could handle the shame. We'd be pointing at the motherfuckers who may have been involved and give them the shame. You follow me? Our country will move on. I think that's the only way we're going to get better, is to put the light of truth, sunlight on everything, man. We're all big kids, man. There's a lot of people in our country that aren't that thoughtful. Maybe they haven't gotten that good of an education, and it's not their fault necessarily, right? We've had some messed up. Dude, is there educational fascism going on in the country? I gotta stop and think about this for a minute. I gotta stop and think about this. Because it's not really industry, but there's a lot of industry around education. There's food, there's books, there's transportation. You know what I mean? There's a lot of industry around education. Holy shit, dude. We have stumbled onto, because when I think about this is like one of the biggest problems in it's like a dumbing down on purpose. It's a soft bigotry of lowered expectations kind of bullshit, man. We need to lower the standard because black kids can't speak English properly. That's so fucking racist, dude. I hate that. I hate that, man. We need to, the kids, these Hispanic kids, they can't read and write English, and therefore they can't do it. That's so fucking racist, dude. That's so fucking racist. We just deploy more resources to get them up to speed. Fuck, dude. It's so, we can take kids from around the world have been coming here and thriving, you get me, for forever, right? Kids from around the world have come here, different, every language, and they all came here, and maybe the first generation didn't he was a janitor and the mom was a maid and the kid went to school, but then they graduated high school and they got a better job and then their kids went to college. Or dude, maybe we got educational fascism. And so I think we're already kind of on that, talking about DEI and critical race theory and these things that are so hateful. We paid reparations at the time of the Civil War in blood on all sides, and we paid afterwards in the it wasn't immediate, man, but we moved forward. We were one of the first countries in the world to abolish slavery. I don't think we were the first. We were one of the first, and guess what? It's still going on today in a lot of countries, and it's still going on today in our country illegally with trafficking. And I would almost say, dude, if you're born in America today, you owe $100,000 in debt, because 350 million people, 35 trillion debt, the math works out. You're a fucking slave. Welcome to America. You are a slave. So we've got, God damn it, is that 6 fascisms now? I need to write this down and catalog this, because I can't keep track no more. It's and I'm streaming this out via Rumble, via YouTube, and Twitch. Fucking Twitch, you know. So we got. I stop and think. God, I wish I could write this down. But my camera hand, you know, I gotta hold it. Buy a tripod, Roswell. Get professional. Write shit down. Have a graphic. Let them see your face. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. You could see Biscuit. Medical fascism, military industrial fascism, big food fascism, censorship media fascism, right, which ties into the intel. We got the last one I just talked about that I can't think of right now. I don't get sleep. I should be on a CPAP, apparently. My sleep is so bad. The doctor's talking about my amygdala. Educational fascism. I don't know. We are surrounded. Our government, apparently, my government has done nothing but work with industries and completely sell us out. You know, we have no body autonomy. We have no brain autonomy, thought autonomy, right? Because we go to school and then we look at media. It's insane. It's insane. And then we're poisoned in the air and the food and the food with the pesticides and the fuck. We've got no chance, right? So anybody right now that is going to give any kind of shade at President Trump and MAGA, okay, does not fucking have a clue. And they need to wake up to the 5 fascisms. Let's say 5 fascisms. That sounds nice. To the 5 fascisms. To the 5 fucking fascisms. To the and realize that that shit's going to be amazingly better. That things are going to change that haven't changed in a while. And I still have the worry, like the conspiracy worry, the old money power, right? Like I don't know, a lot of rich people in banking of all ethnicities around the world. We're not talking about anybody in particular, but there's dark hidden power and hidden funds, and I don't think that's what Kennedy was really referring to before they blew his head off in his conspiracy speech. I think it's more just kind of obvious out there. We see it, right? We see where the money is, and will desperate people that still have ways to create chaos, let's just say, will desperate people now and into the 4 years of Trump's term, assuming the good man doesn't eat too many cheeseburgers and keel over, 4 years, and then after that, Vance, right, if he picks up the reins, but the next 4 years, between now and the next 4 years, will they do something desperate and vicious, I don't want to name it because we've seen, like, you cannot tell me. I don't know. I'm not a lefty. I'm not a righty. The righties get mad when you talk about 9/11, man. Some of them get mad. I don't give a fuck. Building 7. I don't give a fuck. Nothing. A lot of hinky stuff. We lose all of our rights, and then we go to war, even though they're all from Saudi Arabia. We go into Iraq. Fuck you. It was all this horrible. Can't even begin to think. It's not all government, right? Not all government, but why were stand down orders given, Darth Cheney? Why? Just I don't know, man. There's shitty elements where, when the last aspect of what I want to talk about was the beekeeper, right? The beekeeper. That's the last part, and then we'll wrap this shit. And if you saw the movie The Beekeeper with Jason Statham, I watched that. I sat down and watched that. That was almost porn for me, man. Oh my God. That movie was so fucking hot. Part of it, though, when I step back from it, is even though in the movie it was totally righteous, right? Jason Statham is a beekeeper. He's living out in the wilds. He's just minding his own business, tending his bees. All of a sudden, not by a government summon. They didn't send out the bat fucking light, you know. No summons went out. He lost somebody he cared about, right? And then he ends up digging into what's going on, and then it turns out he is like an American concept that doesn't exist. Everybody, this doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. But it's a you know, a super patriot, a sleeper cell super patriot that has authority, man. That has fucking somehow has authority to do whatever is necessary to make shit right. And you know, the idea that the current fucking coup government, for the last 4 years, the hardcore coup government, not the coup government that we've had for 60 years or whatever, right? Not that one. But the one in the last 4 years, like, what if they did beekeeper stuff, right? They could somehow manipulate that power. So I don't like the on a real principled level. I don't like the beekeeper concept. It was just a movie, and it was beautiful, and justice and vengeance and retribution, and you know, all these beautiful things happen properly. I don't think we're at that point here. If we were already at that point, we would have already seen something, right? And I feel very optimistic for things to be moving in a beautiful direction in this country, like that we've never had. We're gonna have. I'm getting emotional. We're gonna have like these. If it all goes through, we're gonna have these freedoms. We're gonna have liberties and that we've never had before, that people haven't experienced. And there's going to be some loudmouths on the left, right, that won't get it, and are going to kick and scream the whole way. Anybody that's super violent shouldn't be allowed to be super violent, right? You can protest your fucking brains out. Go on your website and protest your fucking brains out there too. But just be aware that you may get flamed, you may get trolled in your own thing. But we all can do this, right? And as laws get passed, if we can just get through, are they gonna try to create a Great Depression? Wholly likely that this is the time. I believe that, and that's easy for them to do, because it's already happening. I'm seeing Bezos, and like, they're just withdraw money, just start pulling money out, right? Just start pulling money out, then create the cascade, and I don't know. And if we have a Great Depression and people can't eat and they're homeless and stuff, we have all these people here from other countries that don't give a fuck about America. They're not invested. They got no skin in the game. And we have a populace that's lower educated, that's more on edge, that is more anti-social, that is quicker to raise up arms, dude. And I'm not talking about the suburbs and where everybody's largely pacifist, right? I'm talking about places where every weekend it's a mass shooting. Chicago. Do you think Chicago is how congenial is everybody in Chicago going to be when they can't eat? They're not going to go marching into Indiana. They're going to go right up to, you know, it's that's the stuff. The Great Depression, the first time around, there was fights, there was violence, but man, there was a lot of peaceful breadlines. And people were more polite to each other just back then, just general shit. Thank you and please and ma'am and sir, and you know what I mean. We respected each other more. It was even though it was like pre civil rights, right? It was still, we were more congenial back then, man. Now, if that happens, that's going to be a big complication. I still think we could the way Trump would handle the depression would be the best possible fucking thing. We'd negotiate the debt down. I'm imagining we'd negotiate the debt. We'd ask them to take a haircut right off the bat. Fuck you. We would dismantle the Federal Reserve. We'd dismantle the IRS. All your income would come straight back into you. We'd have food for fucking everybody, dude. We would make it here. We would grow it. There would be jobs. And we could, like, if we got to go through a Great Depression and a reset of the system and everything, we coin our own money again. We based on gold. Oh, please, dear God, we could do this. We got 2 years to do it. It's a lot, but I'm telling you, we could fucking do it all. I swear to God. And a lot of the roadblocks are just hired, and they're not elected. They're hired or appointed, and that means you're gone. We can all the fifth column partisans can just get fucked. So it's a renaissance. It's a new America. It's 1776 2.0. Nobody here that is really caring about America and all the people here should have any problem with anything that's being done. Any of these things. Any of it. And once we get it done, with it, God, there should be the best renaissance, and I can't even express how it's like a vertical upward trajectory for us right now. And if we can start to talk to the people around the world, like, we still may go to war with China. I got a bad feeling about that. I got a fucking bad feeling. Like, I don't need the CIA to tell me. I don't need, I don't need them to I just look at things and I see, and it's a problem. It's a problem, right? But this is the best chance we've had. This is the best chance America has had. This is the best chance the world has had in 60 years. I don't know, since the end of World War II. This is the best chance. And if more people would grasp this, it'll happen quicker. So talk to your friends, tell them about fascisms, and then the things that are being done to try to dismantle that. And especially my lefty friends, you love everything about this. No war, better food. You're still having body autonomy. The fact that, man, that a morning after pill might have to have a conversation with the doctor, is that really horrible? We're making sure girls are talking to doctors. Jesus Christ, you know what I mean? God, there should be, just thoughtfulness applied, and making sure that it's really caring for everything and everyone. I don't know. I'm going to end. I'm rambling now. If you've watched, whatever, thank you for watching. The 5 fascisms need to go. We're going to make this happen. I love you all. Cheers. Bye, Biscuit. Say goodbye, Biscuit. Ma'am, come here and show them how beautiful you are. This is the face that melts my heart. You're a sweet baby. All right. That's it. Cheers.